Hey guys, a couple of quick items about the video you're about to see. This is not your daddy's nylon thread that he ties the boat up to the stump with. This is like the highest tech stuff there is. This is ultra high molecular weight polyethylene. It's the stuff they make paraglider lines out of. It's Dyneema, Spectra. The fibers, the chemical fibers that make this stuff up, they're long, they're tacky, very strong as far as resistance to breaking, but they can be frayed easily, they can be cut. So this stuff is not for every use, but it works great for reserve attachments, weight savings. If you get in a bind, you can actually use them to hook in your glider. It's just not something you want to do all the time. With that said, I didn't want anybody to watch this video and think that, oh, well, he just did it with some rope that he got out of the garage. No, this is high-end, high-dollar stuff. It's what we use to tow paragliders. There's almost no stretch with it. Again, the strength is what makes it so expensive and so awesome. The knot that I'm tying in the video, it's called a diamond knot. I looked on YouTube and learned how to tie one, and developed my own technique, practiced it numerous times, tested it before I ever hooked up a reserve with it. These are things that are been well known in the sailing industry for decades, centuries, I might add. I don't know. They've been tying knots as long as there's been ropes around. This technology is old tech, but it's still good. And if you mix it with modern materials, it's amazing the stuff that can handle and the weight that it saves you for tying things in. I just wanted to throw that at the front of this video just so you know where I'm coming from and nobody tries to do it with some substandard stuff. When you throw your reserve, it's gonna snatch loose and bye-bye birdie. Yeah, that's and I think I might mention a few disclaimers in this video. I didn't really want to make a video about how to do this. People ask for it, so I'm gonna throw it out there. Again, I take no responsibility if you choose to do this yourself. It's something that I've studied on, and I got instruction from a certified I'm sort of fried right now, it seems. Certified rigger. And a certified rigger is somebody who's been trained to hook these things up, fold parachutes and stuff like that. I received some training from a certified rigger on how to do this properly, and so I've been doing it myself ever since. I implore you to seek out your own instruction and not use this video as a tutorial or a how-to, although I am going to share exactly that with you. With that said, much love, enjoy the video. Happy good morning to you. So today looks like it's gonna be a blue day. What I wanna do is I wanna go up and do some thermal flying, but also want to rig up a dual reserve setup. Since I've been flying with 2 reserves in my free flight gear, I thought, why not switch that over to motor? I've got some reserves here on hand. Oh, by the way, if you need reserves, I have some available. Shameless plug for the Kylo School of Paramotor. Our stock is increasingly growing. With every new couple of students, I'm able to purchase a new set of gear to go with the school. Should I sell that gear? I reinvest in other gear. So at this point, I've got a couple extra reserves and bridles. I was gonna install a reserve on like a flight deck. I got a Soup Air flight deck. I've not checked that one out yet, so I bought one to see what's up. I like Soup Air stuff. Most of the stuff they make is pretty good. So I'm gonna put together this, I don't even remember which one it is I got. I got a few different options here. We'll go look at the reserve stash, see what we got, and then we'll put one together and install it on a paramotor, and I'll just take you through how I do that. Now, I gotta tell you, it's not the same for every reserve. It's not the same for every paramotor. I'm gonna show you what I do on this setup. You can make your own decision as to what you wanna do on your setup. Okay, disclaimer over. Let's go get to it. Walking through the house with all the camera gear, ready to make a video for you guys. Video making has its things, you know, it takes time, effort, equipment. You gotta plan the video. I mean, if you're gonna make one worth a flip, you gotta plan out exactly what you're gonna do. I'm gonna do some knot tying here. The first thing I do whenever I'm installing a reserve, I tie up a couple of soft links. I prefer soft link attachments. Oh look, is this good content? There we go, that's better. I prefer soft links when I do a reserve setup. The metal mullions are okay, but they're unnecessarily heavy and they're weaker. I think there's a video that I might have already released it. Shit, I can't remember. I filmed it like 2 months ago or a month ago, where I actually broke a shackle with some soft links that I use for my reserve mounts. So I know that they'll withstand like 3,000 pounds, and that's good enough for me. So let's go tie up some soft links. I'll show you how I do that. Again, this is not something I recommend you do on your own. This is what I do. All right, I've got my ultra high molecular weight. Oh, there's my fid. That's my splicing fid. That's what I used to make it. And I thought I had some already cut here. Let's see. Oh yeah, look, I've already got some pieces cut, and I'm gonna make some soft links out of these. Can't talk with my fid in my mouth. So as I mentioned, this is tying the diamond knot. I'm not gonna make a video on how to tie the knot. It's an intricate, delicate knot, and I'd say delicate. The stronger that you pull this thing tight, the stronger the actual shackle is. Guys who have tested it with much more authority than I have, and with better equipment and dials and meters and magic wands, well, these guys say that the tighter you get the knot, the tighter the entire shackle is. That's the part that'll fail you. So I get them real damn tight. Obviously, you can see that the knot is failing at like the little simple knot that I tied at the end of the line there. That's why you don't tie things in with these overhand knots like this. And that knot was failing, whereas the diamond knot is just getting tighter and tighter. And I just jack on it till it feels like a dang rock in there, and there's no looseness to it at all. You get it as tight as you can with your fingers, then you actually throw the jack to it, or the winch, or anything you've got that could really set it super tight. That's the trick. That's what makes these shackles strong. Hey, I learned from somebody else, you learn from me. When it's all said and done, I've got two super strong soft shackles that I can hook the reserves up with. And I just loop them around themselves like so, and loop it on itself. I've got these two little shackles ready to rock. That's what I attach the reserves with. So let's get to that now. GoPro chest mount. Let's see what all I got here. I got reserve pouch, flight deck. Let's see, there's another reserve. Got me some bridles and another reserve here. So here's the loot. We got a square and 2 rounds. Both of them are 140 kilograms. This is an Ozone Angel 140. I believe this is a Cornetto square 140. I'm already sporting one of these on the unit that I'm gonna double mount on. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a round on here just because I've got them. They're easy to repack. Rounds have their pros and cons, just like everything else. Looking at the flight deck options here. Let's see, I got a couple of them. Flight deck, handle. All right, let's open up this reserve here. See what we're cooking with. Comes with an instruction manual, how to fold it, etc., etc. All right, that's all good. This is how it's going to attach to the paramotor. Bridle, 140 kilograms. Angel 37, 140. Manufactured August of 19. Sounds good. All right, this is all packed away in a diaper, nicely rubber banded, folded up. Looks like it's just a standard white round reserve. We're gonna take this Super Air handle and we're gonna attach this dude right inside of this loop. You open it up and pull it through itself, just like so. And this is how you actually pull it out. When you pull the handle, this is what you're actually pulling. All this is hooked to yourself, but this is what you take out and what you throw. So that's how that works. How it fits into here, going to attach it into this Olis T2. The handle pins are gonna go there. That seems to be up. Okay, so we're going to place this. I'm gonna put the bridles pointed out to the side here on the left, because I've got a right attached reserve already. I'm going to kind of shape this reserve up a little bit. I'm going to run me some weed eater string through these loops. This is the trick. So we run it through there, then through here, and then we finish here. And that's how all that zips together, just like so. Now before we finish, I'm going to do both sides. So again, we got this, then this, then this. And sometimes they're numbered, and sometimes you just have to look at how they go together and put them together the correct way. But they're always got a set of holes, and it always ends with the pins here, with this little contraption here that pins these in. So we're going to pull those to the side for the time being. Tuck all this extra space. Okay, all that's looking good. All right, so I'm going to pull. Okay, there's my bridle. It's sticking out to the left. That's perfect. Okay, and I've got my loop out here. So I'm going to take this pin and I'm going to stick it through that loop. Come on. There we go. And then we're going to pull our loop through here. There it is. And then we're going to take our other pin and we're going to pin that one in here. There we go. And again, we're going to tuck it into this little flap if we can. Do we have the dexterity to do this? All right, and now we're going to get this thing adjusted properly so that the pins are in there nice and deep. Now, to take the weed eater string out, we generally run it underneath our pins so that we don't scratch our top of our lines. When we pull it out, you want to make sure that that is underneath there, so when you draw it, it doesn't damage your little rubber band right there. Same thing on this side. I'm just going to run it underneath the bottom. So again, it's pulling against this rubbery piece, not against the rubber band. There we go. That's all packed up and ready. You can make your, you can adjust how tight it holds the reserve with these adjustments here. And again, this is your bridle. This is what's actually going to hook to your harness off here to the side. This is how it hooks to your machine. These straps here, sometimes you can clip it and remove it. I like to take carabiners and put on here and just hang it with a pair of carabiners. And that way when I'm ready to deploy, I can just pull that out and I'm solid. All right, so all that's good. I'm gonna remove this. There we go. Comes with a nice little bridle hider here, whatever you call it. You just run that on your over your Y bridle, and that sort of secures it out of the way when you're putting it on your mounting it on your unit. And whenever you deploy this thing, this Velcro just tears away easily. It's no way it's going to withstand the force of a reserve deployment. Very nice. All right, so she's ready to install on the machine, and that's where the soft links come into play. The soft links are what's going to attach here. So this is going to be a lap mounted reserve, but I'm going to do like a semi-permanent attachment here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to route the bridles around here. Now, as you can see, I've already got one reserved hooked in right here, and that's what the tape is for, and I'll show you what that's about in a minute. But I'm running an extra set of soft links through here. I've got those ready to mount up to the bridle here, but we want to attach this first. And I'm going to attach it, somewhere on the structure here. We're just going to call it right about here. All right, now that attaches the reserve. All I've got to do at this point is flip it around my lap and clip it on the other side, and I'll have it attached. But I've got the bridles where they need to be. I'm going to slide this little down. You want to make sure that the bridles are routed to the outside of all your stuff here, and underneath your pull starter, so that when it opens up, you know, all this is going to pick up. I'm going to show you what the O-ring's for. Let's put this through the bridle first. So once you get the loop positioned how you want it, you're going to take this O-ring and you're going to put it on this side. You take the knot and you push it through the loop here. Well, if you can get it open big enough. All right, that is in there. And then we're going to cinch this down nice and tight. And this kind of locks it in. And we're going to use this O-ring here to sort of hold this loop around this knot just as a safety backup. It's not necessary, but I like safety. So we're going to put an extra measure of safety here. And it needs to be tight. I'm having just kind of struggled to get it on there. So that holds kind of the loop where it needs to be. Okay, now once you get it in this spot, you're going to position it how you want it. And you're gonna give it a nice hard pull. And that sort of sets everything how you want it set, all right? That's how it wants to be. I'm gonna tuck this in. So this is what you're looking at. You've got this loop wrapped around that knot, and you're gonna tape all this together. Any kind of tape will work. I prefer just this athletic tape. It doesn't take much. This is just to kind of hold it. All right, so once I get all that where I want it, take this and just wrap it around here and secure all this stuff in place how I like it. All right, now I'm gonna take a little more. I'm gonna tape the other part. And this stuff is not super important, the tape. It's just an extra measure of safety, okay? That's all it is. It's just gonna hold everything in place so that you don't get anything shifting around. All right, so I've got that bridle secured, taped, and in place. So I got dual bridles running through this, and I'm gonna do the same thing on this other side over here with this other bridle. Take my other O-ring. Push my knot through here. Really tight fit. Tight fit's not the worst thing, right? Way worse things than a tight fit. But I do want to run that loop just as tight onto that knot as I can. And then of course, I'm gonna secure it with this O-ring. Tuck it underneath itself. Give it a nice hard pull. All right, and once I'm comfortable that everything is set, I'm gonna tape that up. All right, dual reserve attachments. Now, I may can fit this bridle right here. I don't know, thinking there may be enough room. Let me try it out and see. Yeah, it's pretty close. This piece here, it's just a matter of tucking it away nicely. Actually, that probably needs to come up here. There we go. You want everything kind of folded instead of wadded. If you can take your time and do it like that, it's gonna just pack it away a little neater, hold it together a little better. All right, this here looks like a nice attachment to go maybe on the swing arm. I'm just gonna loop this dude on right to there. That'll hold that. So yeah, we got everything how we want it. Voila. Got that, check, check. Reserve is good on the right. Reserve is good on the left. So when it comes to clipping in, I may put a beaner on here just so that it's quick to, you know, clickety click and it be done. I can just reach around and click it onto the structure here. All is good in the hood. So nothing left to do but go test fly it now. So I'm fully geared up to go out and do some thermal practice. I've got my little XC tracer here on my shoulder. I've got my UDI dialed in and ready. I've got my phone attached to the flight deck. And I've also got this carabiner so I can quickly and easily attach my new reserve flight deck over to the other side, and it should sit nicely in my lap. We will find out after we take off, and if we need to make adjustments, we will. Also got everything tethered on, so nothing's gonna be bouncing off or falling off during the launch sequence. And that's how I filmed it all right there. The GoPro chest mount. Not a lot of uses for this thing, but I find that it works pretty good for in the shop type filming activities. I'm gonna take that off. I'm also gonna go change clothes and put on my like thermal flying getup, pants, long sleeves, mask, you know. Gotta look like an outlaw. Wanna be cool. Like, look at that thug. Did you see that guy that landed out of the sky? Man, he looks scary. He had a mask on. It's just really just prevent sunburn. Let me go take care of that, and we'll see you guys out on the field. So that's the video, how I tie in a reserve. The flight, I actually had a very nice flight that day. Was that the day I hit the Dust Devil? yeah, I think the flight that I did, I actually flew into a dust devil. That video should be coming soon. It should be coming up in this day's footage. I'm going to make that a separate video. This was more about the reserve attachment, getting the gear ready. Also may do a little blurb about the motor build that I did, that I've been using here, that is featured in this video. All that's coming if you have questions about that stuff. I'm gonna do a video specifically about that. Got a few different units that I may not have mentioned yet, and some pros and cons between those things. So yeah, look for some more good content coming. I hope you like the video. Consider giving it a thumbs up if you do. Thumbs down if you suck. If you've sucked in the past. No, if you've sucked in the past, give it a thumbs up. If you've watched it this far, what the hell's it gonna hurt, right? It's just right there. Whatever. But hey, I got nothing but love for you anyway. Much love, everybody. Kyle out.